Good morning. It is a little bit early. Well, not really. It's only 8, or it is already 8. Depends on what time you usually wake up. I typically wake up around 5 because I gotta get up, get ready, get my son ready, and then send him to school, and I go to school, to work. Anyways, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Rania. This video, we are going to be doing a get ready with me. These tend to be very long for me anyways, because somehow I don't know. They're really long for me. So if you like long videos, keep on watching. If you're new, again, please subscribe. Hit that like button if you enjoy Get Ready With Me or enjoyed this video while you're watching it. And now, let me go ahead and show you the products that I'm going to be using today, or the main products I'm going to be using today. I had filmed a Shop My Stash. I'll leave it in the cards above and the description box as well. And I filmed, or I uploaded a 2 hauls, one from Ulta and one from Sephora. Some of the stuff that I picked up or I pulled into Shop My Stash, I did have a lot of people asking if I could do a get ready with me using them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The reason why I don't usually film get ready with me is I love them. I love watching them. I actually love getting ready, listening to someone else get ready. But I don't tend to film them because it takes me, first of all, about an hour to set up my camera and all that. So that's why it's a different view this time. We are relying on natural lighting. The window is right in front of me. I moved my camera. I'm propping it on top of like 500 books. And you see all the mess. That is my room, my beauty room. So anyways, I figured if I can figure it out this way, it would be a lot easier to film Shop My Stash, because I do have my table. I can have everything within my reach. It would be a lot easier than pulling out like 3 or 4 tables from downstairs, like coffee tables, have everything scattered. So anyways, very long intro for me to get to the point of telling you what products I'm going to be using today, or the products that I had a lot of people interested in. I will be using I'm going to use both palettes. The MAC Holiday 2019 palettes, the Starring You, the Star Dipped Face Compact and Light, and the one in Medium Deep. For the light one, I will be using definitely the blushes. I have used them before. It has a funky smell. I'm going to mix both of them, like plastics, probably like just the packaging, I don't know why. Anyway, I'm gonna be mixing both blushes, and I will also be using both bronzers from the Medium Deep. I'll show you how they apply on the skin and what they look like. I don't know if I'll be using any of the highlighters that are in these 2 palettes. There are 4 highlighter options in here, so maybe we'll see how the look turns out. And the other thing that I'm going to be using, I will be using on my eyes, is the Huda Nude Rich palette. God, I need some more caffeine. I've played with this guy before and I absolutely love it. On top of this, I'm also going to be using the MAC Stairs to the Stars Spellbinder Shadow. When I did my haul, I swatched this guy and I was kind of like underwhelmed, but I did use it on my eyes. I did use it with the Huda palette before, and oh my god, it's stunning. So I'll show you how I apply it and what it's gonna look like. Okay, whew, I rambled on for quite some time. Let's get into it. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. Might not have too many topics to talk about, but I will show you how I do my makeup, and I'll play with these new products with you. Well, they're not first impressions, so I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. The only thing I've done for my face today, I'm gonna keep looking this way because my camera tends to cut off around the 11.5-minute mark, so I gotta keep looking to make sure that it's still recording. And I do have my mirror right in front of me, so bear with me until I figure out like if this is the best way to film these videos. Yeah, lost my train of thought. What are we talking about? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I have moisturized my face already. I actually shaved today, shaved my face today. I don't usually shave I don't shave my face very often. I do laser treatment for my for the hairs on my face. I don't know, I'm not sure if you do know, but I'm Middle Eastern, like I'm Lebanese, and I do have a lot of hair, so and they recommend that you shave, like every time I do a laser treatment, I have to shave the day before, and then I do my laser. But it got to the point that it was so expensive to go do laser treatments somewhere, so I started, or I like my Christmas gift for last year was like an at-home laser tool thing. That's what I asked for from my husband, and I love that thing. It's not as powerful as doing laser in a salon, you know, like an authorized one. And I mean, I understand because they don't want you to damage your skin and sue the company, but it helps so much. I got to the point where I would only have to shave my face maybe once every 2 months now, and then I laser it once every 2 months. When I first used to do it, or when I first got the at-home laser, I was shaving and lasering was once a week for the first 12 weeks, and then after that they recommend you do it once a month. But it really helped that now I only have to do it once every 2 months. I did my legs, I did my arms, I did my underarms, I did my bikini area. Oh, that thing is amazing. If you're considering like laser treatments or anything like that, look into it. The one I have is by Braun. I think it's by Braun. It's like the silk. I'll have it in the description box if you're interested to take a look at it. I got it from Bed Bath & Beyond, or my husband got it for me from Bed Bath & Beyond, because you know they do the 20% off coupons and you can use it for it. So I saved $60. I think it was $300, so we saved $60. Best investment ever. I feel like the lighting has been changing. Again, I'm using natural lighting today. Relying on that. I have to figure out some way to change my room. I really want to change it. I want to get a couch over here. I want to make it more comfy, more inviting. Anyway, so I prepped my eyes with my MAC paint pot. This guy is like, look at my pen. I love it. Whew, I've been using that thing for ages. So let's get started. Yeah, talking about laser. I was doing laser treatments in a, like, every treatment I would do, I was just doing it for my face. Every treatment, it would cost me about $100. Sometimes they used to have like offers, or if you buy 6 treatments or 5 treatments, you get the 6 free. So it was a lot of money. So it ended up being a lot better just spend the money, buy an at-home laser, do it at home, do it myself every time I need it. So, okay, let's get into the Huda palette. I know I'm gonna go deep. I'm gonna go dark today. I always do anyways. Let's see, where do I want to start? I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this middle shade. I'm gonna apply that all over my crease, and then we'll start deepening it up a little bit. So how's everybody been? Are you guys ready for the holidays? Thanksgiving is coming up. That's Thanksgiving. I don't want to say it's my favorite holiday. Christmas is definitely my favorite, but I love Thanksgiving because, well, we host Thanksgiving every year. We've been hosting it for 5 years. We've been married for 4 years, so we've been hosting Thanksgiving. Well, so the first year we got married, we hosted it. That's that's when so 4 years. We got married on November 7th, so we just celebrated our anniversary. So I love hosting Thanksgiving. It's just one of my favorite things to do. I love it. I love having everybody over. It's just, I love not having to tell everybody, well, hey, you guys want to come to Thanksgiving at our house? It's like, no, now Thanksgiving is at Ronnie and David's house. no, but we don't need to have the awkward, well, who's having Thanksgiving this year or anything like that. So last year, we had Thanksgiving at this house that we're in. Before, we were living in Ventura, but we moved back to San Diego. It's been almost a year and a half. So when we bought this house, we hosted Thanksgiving here the first time last year. It was amazing. We had both my family and my husband's family. It's not a lot of people because, well, he's an only child, and so he doesn't have like siblings or anything like that, but he's got his mom, his aunts, his grandparents. So we had all of them over last year, and I had my brothers and like their spouses and kids and my parents. So it's gonna be probably around the same amount of people this year. I would say about maybe 18, 20 people. It's an open invitation for my friends too. So if they don't want to go home, or because like they would have to fly to go home, if they don't want to do that, they're always welcome to come over. So we don't have to like get a head count. We did 2 turkeys last year. We did one that was smoked, and then we did a deep fried turkey. I love deep fried turkey, but my husband got a smoker a year ago and he wanted to smoke a turkey. Don't get me wrong, it's super tasty, but there's nothing better than deep fried turkey. So this year I'm trying to convince him, let's just deep fry 2 turkeys. I'm gonna start going deeper. I'm gonna use this middle shade to deepen up the crease again a little bit more. And the brushes that I'm using are by e.l.f. Full admission, there's 2 sets of brushes that I really like to use. Some are by e.l.f., some are by BH Cosmetics, especially like my eye brushes. So the BH Cosmetics ones have been dirty with using them for like green shades. I've been using them with the Subculture palette. So, and I've used the e.l.f. brushes previously with this palette. So I'm sticking to the same brushes I used before just because I'm lazy and I did not want to clean my brushes. Full admission. We're being completely what's the word, upfront over here. So yeah, we're having 2 turkeys this year. We don't do ham very often. It depends. I know like my younger brother, I still call him younger brother, and he's what, 28 now. He loves ham. So last year his wife made him ham and they brought it over. My husband is not big on ham. I do like ham, like ham sandwiches the next day on Hawaiian roll, butter, ham, Hawaiian roll. It's heaven. But since we don't have too many people that like ham, we tend to skip the ham and we do the turkeys instead. So we're doing 2 turkeys. Again, I'm not trying to convince my husband to deep fry 2 turkeys. Oh, it's so good. Like the skin, it gets so crunchy. And we always use like the peanut oil for deep frying the turkey. That seems to be the best. Because it handles like I think it's because of the temperature, and it's kind of like salted, so the turkey comes out, oh my goodness, so juicy. Doesn't need much seasoning, but I still like buy my turkeys. I need to go buy my turkeys this weekend. Today is the 15th, so I need to go buy my turkeys this weekend. I leave them in the fridge. Although Thanksgiving is not for another 2 weeks, maybe I wait a couple days. So I leave them in the fridge, defrost them in the fridge, and then I brine them for 48 hours, and then I get them out of the brine and let them like kind of fridge dry. I mean, I pat them dry, but let them completely dry in the fridge for another 48 hours. You cannot deep fry a juicy, like, or a wet turkey. Leads to disasters. So I'm really excited for that. I love cooking. That's like my other hobby. Cooking, makeup, I guess work. It's not a hobby though. Yeah, My job has been really rough this year. God, last year I traveled so much. It's just, and I have a couple trips about to, I'm almost there where I need to start traveling again. I get a little bit of break, usually about 2 months with no travel, kind of like a little downtime. But this year I didn't feel like I had a break because I had my exam at the end of October, so studying. What do I want to do next? I want to start deepen a little bit more, and then we'll apply that MAC shadow. So I'm gonna go in again. Let's go with this guy, and then I'll go a little bit with this guy. Maybe I'll do this guy at the end after I apply the MAC shadow. So let's do this one, and then we do this one at the end. It's kind of crappy that there's well, the palettes are too small. Like there's no names for the shades, so I have to like this guy and this guy and this guy. Do you guys have any like special traditions for Thanksgiving? Do you have favorite foods? The foods that we usually make, like of course, other than the turkey, I make stuffing. Stuffing's my favorite. Well, all food is my favorite. When you love to cook, all food is your favorite, kinda. The only thing I don't really like is eggplants. But fried eggplants with like lemon juice and garlic, so good. Anyway, so I'll be making some stuffing, and I just don't make traditional stuffing. It's just too blah. So what I did last year, or I've been doing this a couple years, and I'm gonna do this again this year, is I usually like, so we have some gluten-free members in the family, and they require their special gravy. They require their special stuffing. So it's all good because there's a lot of options for gluten-free, like you know, like the bread that you can use, the cubes. So I buy those, but so what I'm gonna do this year is well, I guess I've never mentioned this on my channel, but I do keto. I was on keto for about, I want to say like, I almost hit like 200 and something days, and started, I traveled to Hawaii for work, and of course I wanted to have some food, some good food. And then I studied for my exam, and that was so stressful. So I ate carbs, and now I'm back on keto again. I'm sure you've heard of keto. It's like, you know, carb-free, sugar-free. I love it, not only for the weight loss. I mean, I did have some weight I needed to lose after having my son. Kind of like, I know my body does not like reacts to carbs, so if I cut off carbs I definitely lose weight. So, but that was not the only thing. The other thing that I really liked about keto, or I do really like about keto, and why I continue to like go back to it, is the energy that I get, the energy that I feel, and just like the focus. I never feel drained. I've never been into breakfast. Like I love going to breakfast on the weekends, just kind of like a family thing. But I typically do not wake up starving, wanting to eat breakfast. So like the intermittent fasting of keto was just perfect for me. I kind of was naturally doing it, but now I do it. You know, it's kind of like, all right, I did 16 hours. Let's do the 18. I do the occasional really extended fast, 24 hours. Sometimes I do the 48 hours. I love it. I absolutely love it. It just makes me feel so good. Makes my body feel light, even if I don't lose weight, because I still eat, you know, like a lot. So I love keto. So anyway, not preaching about keto or anything like that over here. I was talking about Thanksgiving food, stuffing. So this year what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the stuffing like elements, you know, like you'd have I like to use like a spicy andouille sausage, mushrooms, of course celery, onions, saute all that goodness, maybe a little bit of sage, saute all that. I'm gonna reserve a little bit for myself, and then I'm gonna add the carby element to it, and for everyone else. I know, I'm planning it very selfishly for myself. I think we're at the point of the eye look that we can move on to the MAC shadow. There's gonna be a little bit of fallout, but it's all good. So that's my plan for stuffing this year. I'm already plotting it in my head. One thing I discovered last year, I've always put mushrooms in my stuffing, or I thought I always put mushrooms in my stuffing, but last year, like David's family, my husband's family, like his aunt and his mom were like, is there mushroom in this? I'm like, duh, like why wouldn't I put mushrooms in my stuffing? It's the best thing ever. They're like, well, we don't like mushrooms. Forget you, pick it out then. If you don't like it, pull it out. It's already being gluten-free for you. Come on, man. So I'm putting mushroom this year, even though they don't like it, they can pick it out. It's not like little tiny pieces. It's easy to pull out. I had to pull my mirror a little bit closer because I am gonna use a glitter glue, and that's the best thing I found for this MAC like eyeshadow. A little bit glitter glue, and it's stunning. And the glitter glue that I have is by Too Faced. I think I need to pick up a new one because last time I used this, it felt a little too thick. Like maybe it kind of dried out a little bit. The other glitter glue that I really like is by e.l.f. It used to be $1, now it's $2. It's not their new glitter whatever, it's their old one that just says e.l.f. on it. That's the one. I'll have it in the description box, and I'll put a picture on the screen. That thing is amazing. So I'm just gonna pat my glitter glue on. Yeah, I think this guy dried out a little. And I'm gonna have to work fast because I really think this guy, I'm gonna need to replace it. I probably have a backup, so I might have to pull out the backup of this guy. I need to order the e.l.f. one again. That was amazing. And so while that is still a little tacky, I have this brush that's kind of like flat, and this is by Bare Minerals. I think this was kind of like a gift. This is the cool, look how cool this is, like whoosh, whoosh. Can you see? And it's like magnetic, so it doesn't fall off. Pretty cool. I got a decent amount on my brush, and I'm just gonna push it in. Okay, gotta concentrate when doing such delicate work and make some funny ass faces. Oops, I said ass. Okay. My son sometimes watches my videos, or, well, he doesn't know that I film. I don't let it, we just don't watch. It's kind of weird to say, but I try not to get him to watch like YouTube videos. He's only 3. I know there's like now the whole new like made for kids thing that creators have to do, and there's just been so many, so sad, there's been so many bad things in this world that I try to shelter him a little bit. So we try to avoid YouTube videos for him. We have Netflix, and we have like, you know, everybody has Netflix for kids, so I try to get him to watch those, but he sees me watching YouTube videos, he sees me watching, you know, my friends, and he'll be like, is that mommy? Is that mommy? And I'm like, no, that's not mommy. And he's like, who's that? And I would tell him like who it is. Who was I watching recently? And he's like, who's that? Oh, I was watching Jamie Page. And he's like, who's that? And I'm like, her name is Jamie. And he was like, you know, being really silly. And he's like, is that Jemica? Like, you know, it's just making like some weird names. And I'm like, no, honey, her name is Jamie. Or whoever I'm watching, he'll be like, who's that? Who's that? So he's really funny. So he knows that I have, you know, like he's seen my videos, obviously. He hasn't watched all of my videos, you know, like, but he knows that mommy has videos, and that's why he's always like, is that mommy? And so he'll laugh about it and be like, oh, there's mommy. Anyway, the point I was trying to make, I try to be very mindful of words that I use when I film, because I don't know if someone watching me is watching me with their kids, or if their kids are around or anything like that. Do you know what's her name? From Beauty News. Not not Haley. God. Oh, Haley, not Kat. I was gonna say not Kat, Haley. I love her. I love watching her, but I just cannot watch her with my son around. It's just like, so I have to wait for when he's not around to watch her because, I mean, not just her. I'm not just pointing her out specifically, but she's one of the people that I'm like, I definitely have to be very mindful when to watch her and that make sure my son is not around. I mean, he's exposed to things. Obviously, we live in this world. He's exposed to a lot of things. So I can't just like completely shelter him. What do you guys think of this color? I think it makes my like hazel eyes pop. I love it. Hopefully it's picking up. Let me try to turn on like my ring light so you can see if there's, okay, let's see. Oh, this might make things worse, but I want you to see like the shininess. I don't know if you can or if it's even visible. Okay, that does not, it's not flattering for anybody. So let's go away. Ah! And it fell. So, how do I feel? How do I feel about my look? Am I satisfied at this point? Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied at this point. We are gonna be deepening it up a little bit after I do my lower lash line. Just gotta press a little bit more pigment over here. Feel like I left it blank. So anyway, I try to keep, you know, I'm mindful when I'm filming. Like I said, the word ass. Not a bad word, but you never know who's watching. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm gonna move to the face. Did anybody watch Taylor Wynn's latest video? She used to be the Taylor and then she changed to Taylor Wynn. Did anybody watch her latest video? Or maybe it's not latest anymore, but her video when she was doing things in a different order than she does. I thought it was completely funny. Oh, I'm priming with Too Faced Hangover RX. It's not a whole lot left in here. I'm trying to finish as much makeup as I can before the year ends, so I can have like makeup empties, a good makeup empties video. Anyway, did anybody watch that video? Oh my gosh, it was just like, we all have different order for how we do things, and like we all have kind of like comfort zones or what we're comfortable with. You know, like we just kind of get into this routine, like, okay, we do this now, and then we do this now, and then we do this now. And when I was watching her, I was like, I have the weirdest routine for how I do my makeup. And I actually commented on her video. Well, not that really matters. I like to engage with other YouTubers because I know how important that is to get their channels kind of like discovered. So I like to engage. I always give a thumbs up. Well, if I don't like the video, if I don't like the content, or most of the time, like if I'm subscribed to you, I like your content, I'm gonna give you a thumbs up. Anyway, so I like to engage with other YouTubers, big and small. Definitely watch more smaller YouTubers. So I commented on her video. Anyway, and I did say like, I have a weird routine. Like obviously I do my upper lid, I do my face, I go back to my lower lid, and then I go back to highlighter and blush, and then I, you know, and then I do my brows, and then I do a buffing powder. So I have the weirdest routine, and it's just like, it was pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious how we all have things that we're just kind of like, we're comfortable with, and we do them so naturally. And obviously makeup's the same way. I'm gonna have a concoction of foundations today. And I'll have my little handy dandy Bath and Body Works candle lid over here. So I'm gonna go in with Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place. I like it. It's new to me. It's definitely, I finally bought a pump for it, or I ordered a pump as soon as I pulled it into my stash. I ordered it actually from Sephora's VIB sale, so I only spent $8 instead of $10. Woohoo, go me. I like it, but it's a little thick. I mean, if I have an event, it would be perfect, but I don't have an event today, and it's my day off. I don't have to study. I have a little bit of house cleaning to do. My husband's friend's coming over for dinner. He lives in Oregon, So he's visiting, and him and his mom are gonna come over for dinner. So I really don't have much going on, and this is usually a little bit later than I would get ready. I usually get ready around 5. So I'm mixing it. Long story short, I'm mixing my Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I have it in the shade 2W1. It's just a little bit, I'm not gonna say dark. It's actually a good shade match, but I'm mixing it with MAC Face and Body just to thin it out a little bit and give it a little glow, and this is in the shade Light Pearl. This was, I think they were just limited edition. Kind of sucks how MAC does that, because I really love this thing as a mixer for foundations that are a little bit too matte, and I just love the MAC Face and Body, even though I have oilier skin. It breaks down on me pretty quickly, but if I only need to wear it for 5 hours, it's perfect. Now that I painted my face all funny, I still have quite a bit on here. I mixed too much. I'm gonna go in with the sponge. This is AOA Studio, one of the AOA Studio sponges. Let me show you how beautiful this looks when it's mixed with Face and Body. And if you have just a regular Face and Body, that's a beautiful mixer for really matte foundations. It's pretty amazing because it gives it a little bit of a glow, like natural glow, not glittery glow. So, and it doesn't, and then the foundation is not super thick. I'm gonna need to put some more on. I thought I put too much. I really like this sponge because first of all, it's really bouncy and soft. It really soaks up any excess product. I usually like lighter coverage foundations. Like light to medium is definitely my preference, but I love foundations in general. So even though knowing that the Estee Lauder is fuller coverage, I still wanted to try it, because how could I have 40, 50 foundations and not have tried Estee Lauder? So I picked it up. And mixing it like this, I get the longevity of the Double Wear. Maybe it doesn't last as long because the MAC Face and Body is really dewy. But the look just looks so beautiful. It does not look cakey. It does not look heavy. And going back to the sponge, it absorbs any excess product. So it lays the foundations really, really nicely, but you don't have like too much. I'm gonna bring it down my neck a little because I think I used a little too much of the illuminating MAC and Face MAC and Body. Excuse me, I couldn't talk for a second when this might be one of my first ever Get Ready With Me videos that I just don't edit my personality out. It is what it is. I mean, if you ask for a Get Ready With Me video, expect a long video. It's just how it is. I love long videos. I love watching long videos. I film long videos. It is what it is. My camera might die halfway through and then we'll have to pause and charge the battery, but maybe I ask for battery replacements for Christmas. That'd be a good idea. What do you guys think about a backdrop? I mean, I love the natural, like this is my life thing instead of like a backdrop, but let me know, like, is it too distracting having all of my products back there? Let me move my camera. I mean, you can see the mess. That's my life. Not really that messy, actually. I cleaned up. Okay, I do have quite a bit left over here. I did use 3 pumps of Estee Lauder. I don't know why I did that. Let's move on. Let's move on to concealer. Spoiler alert, if you watch my 19 in 2019 project pan, I don't know how many people have made it 30 minutes into this video, but if you did, I'm gonna spoil it for you, and I'm gonna tell you that I finally, I wanted to correct first. Okay, let's do that. I'll wipe this guy. I finally went ahead and finished my Tarte, Shape Tape. Whew. only 11 months of constant use. Like, I would use it the most out of all of my concealers. Like, I rotate. I shop my stash often because I like to rotate, but I used it so much, and it wasn't brand new when I pulled it into the project. It was used, maybe not too much, but oh my god, that thing lasted forever. Towards the end, I was like, I'm sick of you. I'm just sick of you. I'm doing triangles all over my face. I'm gonna start concealing, as my friend Valerie says, I'm gonna start concealing my whole body. I got so sick of it. I was just like dying to finish it, and I finally finished it. So spoiler alert, that's gonna be coming up in my next update for my 19 and 2019. So I'm concealing and correcting. I wouldn't call this like a super corrector because it's not very pink or not very apricot-y. But I've seen a difference, especially when I'm filming, when I use this guy and then when I don't use it. And this is like a mini Becca under eye brightening corrector. I gotta thank my friend Kena from Kena's Closet. She kept telling me how much she loves it, and I was like, really? I don't like it at all. And I found out that I was using too much. I wasn't letting it like get really absorbed under my eye. So you can see I'm still patting, and then whatever's on my finger, I do have a little towel here. I wipe the excess away and just like really pat it into the skin, and then I'm gonna go in with concealer. So I gave it another shot. I was very patient with it. I did what I'm doing right now, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And of course, like the one day that I decide to use natural lighting for filming, it's cloudy. What? Maybe I should have started filming earlier. I do get quite a bit of sun here in this room, but I don't know. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my concealer, the Revolution Conceal and Define. I have the shade C5. It's a decent match. I'm not gonna use too much of this because what I'm gonna do, I think it might be a little light right now, considering that I used a lot of the MAC. So, excuse me, I'm gonna get one more concealer. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put just a little tiny bit. This is a little bit darker. This is the Kokie Professional Be Bright Illuminating Concealer, and this is in medium beige. So I gotta mix just a little bit of this guy, and I'm leaving the little bit darker one towards the outside, the lighter towards the middle, because we wanna illuminate this section. I'm not a makeup artist, but that's how I feel it looks the best on me personally. So take it or leave it. Clean up a little bit here, and okay, let's go back to talk about Thanksgiving, huh? Shall we? Food. Well, still pretty early. I'm still not hungry at the moment. I'm fasting. I don't know if you count heavy whipping cream in your coffee a product that breaks your fast, but I don't, because that is the best thing ever. Like, move away half and half, move away fake sugar creamers, welcome heavy whipping cream. Oh, heavenly. And I don't use like the 1 tablespoon. I probably use 4, maybe 5. This is what my coffee looks like. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. That's not super creamy, but you know, this is my 4th cup. Yeah, I'm fasting, so I'm not very I'm actually not hungry at all today so far. And it's, again, still pretty early. I tend to not eat until about maybe 11:30, 12. And then I stop eating around 6 in the afternoon. Sometimes like 5:30, depends on how late I worked and what I'm making for dinner. So if I'm making something that, you know, takes a lot of time, I stop eating at 6. But if it's something, anyways, let's talk about Thanksgiving food. What is your guys' favorite? When I met my husband, we went to Thanksgiving at his aunt's house or his cousin's house. his cousins, not his aunts, his cousin's house. I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer, although I like for it to sit a little bit before I set it, just so it can just go in the creases and I can tap it out a little. So I'm just gonna talk, okay? So we went to his cousin's house for Thanksgiving, and for the first time in my life, I saw someone actually opening a can of cranberry jelly. And actually, like, it has the shape of the, like, they put it on a plate, it kept the shape of the can, and then they sliced it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I mean, I know I'm not American, like, now I am, but, you know, I'm Lebanese, and I've been in this country for, at this point, it's almost, oh, shoot, I hit my 15 and a half years, but I'm not gonna eat something out of a can, like cranberry jelly out of a can. What happened to real cranberries? They're delicious. So that was kind of like, I saw that and I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, that's the tradition. What kind of tradition is that? Why isn't the turkey the tradition? Or why isn't, you know, stuffing with mushroom the tradition? Anyway, so we don't do cranberries out of a can. Do you? I mean, it seemed like this is the natural thing for people to do. And to me, it was just kind of like, well, that's kind of cheating. First of all, it's straight out of the can. And second of all, it doesn't taste as good. Sorry, my husband texted me, so I had to silence my phone. So we obviously, or for me, we don't do cranberry sauce out of the can, or cranberry jelly. I do buy fresh cranberries. Costco for the win, because you get the two pound giant bag for pretty good price actually. I always buy extra and stick it in the freezer because, you know, you'll have leftover turkey and then everything runs out, so you'll have to make some more cranberry sauce. So we do cranberry sauce, jelly. We don't make it jelly because it's kind of like sauce. Derma Blend Illuminating Banana Powder. I'm gonna set my under eye with this guy. I love this. It's so brightening. I don't know why it says illuminating. I think maybe what it means is like it's brightening, because there's nothing illuminating about it. There's no sparkles, no micro shimmers, nothing like that. But I mean, do you see a difference? I do. Hopefully my lighting is good enough for you guys to see what the hell I'm doing and how everything is affecting the way the makeup look is turning. Anyway, so we make cranberry sauce from scratch. So this year, what I'm gonna do, again, considering the fact that I cannot have real sugar, I'm gonna make my own cranberry sauce with some stevia. I'm gonna have to, excuse me, I'm gonna have to use some maybe just orange zest in mine instead of like a little bit of orange juice. And I'm gonna tell you a secret for really delicious, really special cranberry sauce, if you're gonna make it instead of opening a can. Cardamom. Oh, like a little bit of cardamom in the cranberry sauce, it just makes it a little bit more holiday-y, a little more special, a lot more fragrant, a lot more delicious. I might be biased because I love cardamom, like in Turkish coffees. Have you ever had Turkish coffee? It's kind of like an espresso, but yeah, Turkish coffee with a little bit of cardamom, oh, heaven. So I do use cardamom quite a bit in my life, or if I'm like boiling a chicken to cook something with, to make something with it, yeah, put a little bit of cardamom, cardamom like pods in there, some cloves, some bay leaves, fragrance it, gives it a little bit of flavor, and then shred it and use it in whatever meal I'm making. Somehow we turned into a cooking channel today. I like it. Yeah. I can talk about cooking and makeup all day long. Okie dokie, now that I set my under eye, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. You see my ugly pimple? I think it's hormonal. I think. It's almost that time of the month. I was using the My Cycle app, and apparently now it's not gonna exist anymore starting December 2nd, but it doesn't let you even go in there and see like what you had previously done. They tell you to like sync it to Apple, what is it? Like Apple HealthNet or something like that. But I can't even get in there to sync it, so, or to like log in or anything like that. So I don't know, man. I think it's almost period time. Not that you guys really needed to know, but my pimple hurts. To set my face, I'm using the Hourglass Veil Mineral. What's it called? I'm gonna have to look after I close it. I've said before that I'm oily. I mean, my face is kind of normalizing a little bit now that it's winter time, so I can set with this guy, and because it does have like the dewy, not dewy, like satiny finish. It's like, see, I wasn't paying attention. I was just talking too much, telling you all about my personal stuff, and I didn't notice that my camera cut off. I'm setting with Hourglass Mineral Veil. I'm going heavy-handed, although they tell you just a little bit, and it's good to set your whole face. But I mean, love powder. I want my makeup to last me all day long, and this guy's not really like I can go heavy with it and it's not gonna look cakey. So I really love that about this powder. If I wasn't filming, or if I was like going to work and I had to put my makeup on at 5 in the morning like I usually do, I would be using something a little bit more mattifying. I currently have the Rimmel Stay Matte like loose powder. Yeah, the Stay Matte loose powder. I have it in my 19 and 2019. It's very good, like mattifying, but I feel like, I mean, compared to the Hourglass Mineral Veil, that one's a little chunky. So I don't know, I need to finish it. And I have the Too Faced Peachy Matte Powder. I do like, but I don't want to start using that, or I don't want to use, I need to finish the Rimmel one because it's not my absolute favorite. Anyway, I'm telling you this because obviously I'm not getting ready at 5 in the morning. I don't need my makeup to last me till 6, 7 at night. So this one is really good. The Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I really like this product. I know it's so pricey, but you know, I don't know. It was a splurge. Well, which one of my makeup products is not a splurge? So I said I'm gonna go ahead, and here's where my process for doing my makeup's kind of weird. I'm gonna bronze. Actually, I do want to do something before I bronze. With this powder, I don't feel like I need this step because, again, like, it doesn't look powdery, it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look thick, it doesn't like cake up on my face. But if I was using a different powder, kind of like the Rimmel, I would do this step for sure. And this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water Set and Refresh. I'll just apply that thing, fan it out, and now we do bronzer. Alrighty, who's ready for the MAC palettes? I'm gonna go with the medium deep, of course, because I want that bronzy shade. Let me get a bronzer brush that's clean, because that one that I have a different, I use it with something else. Let me see, I have a bronzer brush that I like in here. Find it very funny how we get into the habit of using something we really like. Like, I have so many brushes, but then like the brushes that I really like, I'm just gonna continuously use. And this is the Real Techniques cheek brush. I'm gonna dip into both shades. Oh, I don't know how it's gonna, oh, it's not my usual brush. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go into Delphic. Let's see. Again, this is not my usual brush, so we'll see. Oh, it's not bad. It's a good brush so far. And I'm gonna start bronzing. I know that MAC has Delphic. I don't know if they still have it like as a permanent item, but it's a known MAC bronzer, and now it's in this palette. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this mirror. Sorry. So again, I'm using Delphic, and then I'm gonna, in a little bit, I'm gonna top it with the other shade that's a little bit more shimmery, just because I really like to glow. So it's applying really nicely. It's definitely, oh, I don't like this brush. It's just so stiff. It's not like fluffing it. I'm gonna go back to my usual bronzer brush, and this is also by Real Techniques, and this is actually a blush brush. See, look at that, look at those bristles. They're just diffuse the color so much better. I guess that other one would be good if I was contouring, but that's kind of like too thick for contour, like too wide. I don't know how we're doing on battery with my camera, so usually it cuts off after about, I don't know, half an hour filming maybe. So I don't know how we're doing. We might have to stop, charge it, and then go back to filming. Now I'm topping that Delphic shade with the other bronzy shade in here, which I think they call it a blush, but to me that's kind of like a bronzer. Oh, sorry, this one over here. It's a little shimmery. Let me show you. So it's definitely on the bronzy side for me. Kind of like giving a little glow to your bronzer. Now I'm gonna mix the two, and then I'm gonna go heavy-handed, because who does not love to be bronzed? I do. I love to be bronzed up. It looks kind of funny right now. Always, all my looks kind of look funny at first, but then at the end, it all works out. Taking it down my neck, under my jawline. Okay. I think we are good on bronzer. I'm gonna go back to the eyes. Whew. I need a sip of water, but I have coffee. Let's go back to Thanksgiving food, shall we? I'm planning out my menu, if you can't tell. So that's the other thing we do make. I'm gonna use my itty bitty Rimmel Scandalized eyeliner, and I'm gonna line my waterline. This is one of my favorite liners, actually. Oh, okay. Put a little too much under there. Thanksgiving food, cranberries. What else do I make? Ooh, Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts. I learned that. You know how I learned that? Do you know? Autocorrect on my damn iPhone. Oh, by the way, I'm so sick of Siri. She's not very smart. What do you guys think? Am I being mean? Maybe I'm kind of being mean. But we do have an Alexa, like a sound bar, and she is so much smarter. Like if you say, "Hey Alexa," my son, this is like one of my son's favorite thing. He wants to know what sound does a dolphin make. So we will ask Siri, "Hey Siri, what sound does a dolphin make?" She's not listening. She's not even listening to me. I have my laptop and my phone both right next to me, and both are Siri. She's not even listening to me. So anyway, we ask Siri, "Hey Siri, what sound does a dolphin make?" And Siri's like, "Here's what I found on the web." Okay. If I wanted to search the web, I would have searched the web myself. And you're like, "Can you play it?" She's like, "You have to unlock your phone first, or you have to do this, or you have to choose this." Where if I ask Alexa, "Hey Alexa, what sound does a dolphin make?" And it just plays the sound. And my son finds it so hilarious. He kind of like, at first, you know, kind of like does this, kind of gets startled that basically a machine or a technology thing is talking to him, and he finds it so hilarious. And then he whispers in my ear, "How about an eagle?" And then, okay, "Hey Alexa, what sound does an eagle make?" If you have Alexa, it's probably going off right now. I apologize for that, but you will be listening to dolphin sounds and eagles, and there's nothing more soothing than dolphin sounds, right? I think so. If you're stressed out, just play some dolphin sounds. This brush is a little too flimsy for what I really want to do in my lower lash line, so I'm going to go in for a little bit stiffer. A little stiffer brush. A little stiffer brush. How about we do this guy? This is also by e.l.f. and this is their contour brush. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to smoke out my my liner with a little bit of this shade, and then we're gonna go into the deepest shade. So here we go. Do you ever do this? Yeah. How did I even start talking about Siri and Alexa? Totally lost my train of thought. Welcome to my mind. Welcome to my brain. Welcome to what it's called, Rania's brain? Rania's hat rack? Sounds like my husband just got home. He went for a bike ride this morning. He's got to take my truck every time he goes on a bike ride so he can take his bike in it. He's done it to me a couple times previously. Well, he takes my truck and then I don't have keys for his car and I'm like, I'm stuck in the house. Okay, now I'm gonna start deeping it up, and I think for that I'm gonna use the little bit more fluffy brush. How did we talk? I mean, so what was I talking about before I started talking about Alexa? I'm gonna edit this video and I'm gonna be like, I was all over the place. I hope it doesn't make anybody goes bananas watching it, but yeah, it just happens. I apologize. Ooh, I love how this shade blends. I love the color of this one. I'm using this guy. So far, I really am pleased with this palette. I know I haven't used any, I think I've only used like the shimmers to swatch them. I've only used the mattes for eye looks because I really want to play with that MAC one to see if I want to keep it or not. So that's why I've used that one with this palette more than I've used the shimmers in this palette. So hope you don't mind. Oh, starting to look so sultry, so sexy. What were we talking about? We were talking, somehow we went from cooking Thanksgiving food, talking about Thanksgiving food, to talking about how Siri is disappointing me these days. Oh, Brussels sprouts, that's what it is. Yeah, autocorrect. I kept typing Brussels sprouts and it just like wouldn't recognize it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Turns out it's Brussels with an S. I guess she taught me something. I can't completely complain about her. I learned that it's Brussels. So I did tell my husband that I was filming, so I don't know if he's gonna make an appearance in here or not. I have my door closed and that usually means do not disturb. I love this eye look. What do you guys think? I'm really pleased with this little tiny itty bitty palette. I really like it. Those are definitely my shades. Okay, finish the eyes. Let's go back to the face. Highlighter. What do we think? This is a highlighter that I do own, and it's actually one of my favorite highlighters. This is Show Gold. I know how it performs. I know how beautiful it is, but you know what? I'm gonna pull in a different highlighter that I chopped my stash for, just in case you guys want to see. But this is the Bobbi Brown. I'm gonna do should I do highlighter before blush? No, let's do blush before highlighter this time because I do want to use both shades. Like in this guy, have a little bit of shimmer, so I don't want to look too Tin Man like. Yeah, Brussels sprouts. You live and you learn, and thanks to Siri, who sometimes really disappoints me, I learned that it is Brussels. I'm mixing both shades. I'll go ahead and read the shades in a second, but I'm mixing both, and we'll see. I think it looks really nice with this eye look. It's kind of like rosy berry, but also a little bit neutral. So I don't know why I cannot talk when I'm doing my blush. It's so beautiful. Look at that glow. I don't know if that's the glow from the MAC Face and Body, like the pearl, because that's definitely glowy, or if it's the glow from this palette. I don't know. So we did blush. I'm gonna go in with this highlighter now. I mentioned this in when I filmed my haul. So this is the Bobbi Brown, their holiday one, the Luxe Illuminating Powder in Golden Hour. I mentioned this, that it was how much product you get in here is really kind of insulting, considering she's selling it for 50 bucks. Yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. The pan, I mean, it looks really big, but it's 4 grams. And I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you this guy. This is the one she came out with last year, holiday season as well. I mean, look at this itty bitty guy, the mini highlighting, whatever. This is 4 grams. This is Pink Glow. This, I think it was 25 and this was 50. I mean, why? Why would you do such a thing? Like, why couldn't this be the normal size? I think what's her large one? Large pans are what? 8 maybe? 8 grams? Anyways, so I'm using this dude. It's really pretty though. I mean, I like it. It definitely was not on my radar to pick up, but I was at Sephora and I saw the display and it looked so pretty, and then I swatched it and I was like, okay, this is really pretty. The only reason I went for, I didn't really know how much was in here until I got home and I played with it a little bit, and I saw that it was less product than her, you know, typical like not limited edition products. So I'm just bringing it out just in case you're considering it, but I did pick it up with using the $100 like Sephora reward, so I can't go return it. You can't return with those. Okay, now that's my highlighter is on. Buffing. This is my favorite thing to do. Every time I do my makeup, it's like the final step that just pulls everything together. And my favorite product for that is the Ambient Lighting by Hourglass, and this is Luminous Light. So I'm taking this brush, which I think it's about time to replace because it's been kind of making me itchy even though I wash it all the time. This is the Flawless Face by Bare Minerals. I'm gonna swirl my brush in there and then we're gonna buff. So what this does is blends everything together, so it looks all like super seamless. Adds a little, well, not that I need more glow, I look shiny as hell, but it adds a little bit more glow to the face. If you'd went too ham, I never understood what the word ham means. Too heavy-handed, let's say that. If you went too heavy-handed with powder or anything like that, this kind of like tones it all down. Again, just makes everything look seamless, so you don't have like a stripe of this and stripe of that. Although right now I do feel like I have a stripe of this and a stripe of that. Could be my lighting, could be the fact that I've been talking your ears off throughout this whole video. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do my brows. I have to do those off camera because I'm not the best at it and I don't wanna, yeah, I'll have to do them off camera. I'll be back. We'll set my face. Oh wait, how about I do my brows? Well, I'll do my brows, I'll set my face, I do my mascara, I'll come back, we'll do lips. Be back. Okay, I put my brows on. I use the Joa brow pencil and the shade is Brunette, I believe. And then I use the e.l.f. Brow Wow. I set my face. I did go ahead and do the Smashbox primer water first, and then I followed it with the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray, the Weightless. I have really been loving this guy. I look really dewy, but my face actually stays on. I decided to come back before doing my mascara because I do want to do something else. I do want to highlight under my brow, and I'm going to use the same highlighter I use for my face. And I might go just a little bit more highlighter on the face, although I do look dewy. Maybe I don't need it. We'll just highlight under the brow. Again, I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown. And I wanted to come back and talk to you a little bit more because I never finished telling you what other food I make for Thanksgiving. Brussels sprouts, roasted in the oven. Usually we might do like pearl onions with them, like the little baby white onions. We keep the skin on, like of course we take a little bit of the skin, but we keep some skin on, and then we put them in the same pan as the Brussels sprouts with olive oil, salt and pepper. Roast them till they're all crunchy. Heaven. The other thing that we do make is mashed potatoes, of course. I have a fun story about that. I remember the first time I hosted Thanksgiving. I mean, I know my husband's favorite Thanksgiving thing to eat is mashed potatoes, and he doesn't even eat the gravy, just the mashed potatoes themselves. So my husband really likes it, and I was like, okay, like I don't know how much mashed potatoes to make. My family was coming over, my husband's family was coming over. So I might have like peeled, boiled, and mashed maybe 10-15 pounds of potatoes. Bad idea. After highlighting, I'm gonna go back with this brush that I used for the crease, and I'm with no product on it. I'm just gonna buff it all together to kind of like, if you haven't noticed, I like seamless looks. I don't like to find sharp lines, so I'm gonna just buff it all together to kind of like blend it all together. So yeah, I must have made like maybe 10-15 pounds of potatoes, and we had potatoes for weeks. I got sick of how much was left. I just threw it all out. I mean, after a while, heating up potatoes, they don't taste as good, especially like when they're already been mashed, and it's just, they don't taste good. So I threw so much out. I want to tell you a secret. Well, maybe it's not a secret. Maybe it's a common thing. Maybe a lot of people do it, and I just think it's a secret because, well, because I want to think it's a secret. How about that? Mashed potatoes. I use, so of course, heavy whipping cream is a big part of my life. Best thing ever. So we use heavy whipping cream in my potatoes. I do use a ricer, which is like the thing that, I guess, I don't know why it's called a ricer. Maybe the potatoes comes out of the bottom looking like a long string of rice, but it gives the creamiest, like seriously, the most creamy potatoes you could ever have. Am I happy with my eye look? I feel like my lower lash line needs something. How about we dip into one of the shimmery shades? Maybe we do, oh, this guy. I always have problems. So yeah, I use a ricer. Is this the one I wanted to use? I'm gonna use this guy, the one in the middle here. I'm gonna just do a little bit under here to just kind of like a little bit of pop. Cool, I like that. So I use a ricer. They turn out really creamy. I know some people like it chunky, but my husband loves creamy potatoes. So we use a ricer, and then heavy whipping cream, butter, fresh Parmesan cheese, and just like mix it all together. Of course, salt. Who eats potatoes without salt? But that goes without saying. So good. That's like one thing I'm gonna miss this year, is not being able to eat mashed potatoes. But it's okay. It's all worth it. Maybe I make myself some chipotle mashed cauliflower. I love spicy food. Like, love spicy food. My friend Valerie, her boyfriend makes hot sauce. So she sent me a bottle recently. It's more than halfway gone. It is really spicy. I can't remember what pepper he said he used. I thought it was habanero, but it wasn't habanero. And he had used like peach preserve in it. Oh my God, it's so freaking good. It was delicious. I put it on my burgers. I dipped whatever else I was eating, I would dip it in that hot sauce, but now I can't eat it because it's got sugar in it. Anyway, so she was like shocked at how much. Oh, we made tacos. That's what it was. The first night we tried it, we had made tacos. Oh, I drowned my fish tacos with that hot sauce. So now I can't have that hot sauce, of course, because of the sugar. So I might make like mashed cauliflower with chipotle, you know, like the cans of adobo, is it chipotle peppers and adobo sauce? Yeah, I use a whole can. I mean, who uses only one pepper? Weaklings? Weak people? Can't handle spicy? I hope you guys really enjoyed all my Thanksgiving food discussions and hanging out with me. I seriously do hope you enjoyed it. I feel like my get ready with me videos, I hate when that happens. You get mascara on your like freshly applied makeup. Yeah, my get ready with me videos tend to be Like they have the lowest views. I know they're long. I mean, most of my videos are long. I feel like I'm very long-winded and I can talk forever. But I like long videos. I like getting ready to long videos. I like people hearing people talk about makeup. I might not be looking at my screen the whole time I'm watching someone, but it's always in the back, you know, in the background. Every morning when I'm getting ready for work, I have some sort of video playing in the background, like right next to me. So I hope you guys like long videos. Okay, I gotta concentrate on this now. Alrighty, mascara is on. I had to move my mirror so you can actually see my face. When it was here, it was, look how dark. It was here, look how bright. This is how I look today. Lips. For lips, I am gonna use this combo. I haven't used it yet. I've only swatched it. Let me drink some coffee first. The only thing we didn't talk about for Thanksgiving is desserts. Do I want to use this? It looks like it's gonna be a little deep. I don't want to use this guy. It looks like I want something juicy. My lips have been really chapped, so I'm gonna have to pull out a lip gloss. Lip gloss, lip gloss. How about this guy? Ooh, I really, it might be in my purse. Oh, no, it's here. The mini lipstick from MAC that was in their like 3 lip, you know, set. This is the shade Once Upon the Stars. It's so pretty. So yeah, we did not get to talk about desserts. Probably pumpkin pie, although this year, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the gluten-free people. Maybe that's what I should do. I should ask them to bring their own dessert. How about you leave me a comment down below. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dessert? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Tell me about your Thanksgiving traditions. I mean, told you all about mine. The only thing I didn't mention is butter and Hawaiian rolls. That's about it. We do not do any green bean casserole or anything like that. My husband has a aversion to green beans and nobody actually eats it, so it's like, let's not make it. We'll make something that everybody really likes. I think I talked your guys' ears off. If you have lasted with me this whole video, I sincerely thank you. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed me rambling about Thanksgiving food. Again, I would really love to hear what traditions you have. What are things that you love to eat on Thanksgiving, or something that you're like, ugh, that's gross, I don't even like that. Just connect with me, talk to me in the comments. I love chatting with you. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more Get Ready With Me videos, kind of like get to know me a little bit more, because I can really talk. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and what do we think about the hair? I have been really enjoying blow drying my hair. Oh, okay, a little bit, and it's just like, look at those little tiny short hairs here, like boop boop boop. I can never, I mean, okay, here we go. Get down, get down. Might have to put some hairspray. So yeah, what do you like? What do you think about the hair? I mean, what do you think about how the makeup turned out? I gotta say thank you to Olaplex. They didn't really, I mean, I'm just saying thank you, but I paid for all of my Olaplex products all by myself. My hair feels so soft, kind of to the point that it's too soft that I tried to curl it and, like, you know, do the little curling thing, and it's just so soft that it just lays flat. But it's all good. I love it. It's healthy. It's so long. I just need a trim again. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I don't have much to say. I mean, that's it. I'm all talked out. I'll see you guys in the next video. again, give this one a thumbs up if you like it and subscribe. Bye!